Hello everybody, we're going to now talk about solving two-step equations. Two-step equations have more than one term on one side of the equation, so we need to do more than one step to isolate our variable. Because we've got to do more than one step, we need to think about the order of the steps. First, we should undo addition or subtraction. Then we should undo multiplication or division. This is kind of opposite to BEDMAS, so just keep that in mind. And that's because when we do BEDMAS, we know a value and we're trying to evaluate an equation, but when we are isolating for a variable, we're kind of undoing the BEDMAS, okay? So here's an example, and this is on the handout that I provided for you in our weekly planner. We have two numbers on the same side as x. So if I want to get x by itself, I need to undo two things. Step one is I need to get the term that has the variable alone. Or in other words, I need to get the negative 2x by itself. So to get negative 2x by itself, this part, I need to get rid of this plus 4. Okay, that 4 is being added to negative 2x. So to get rid of the 4, I have to do the inverse or opposite of what's being done. The inverse of addition is subtraction. Okay, so if I take away 4 on both sides, if I take away 4 on the left-hand side, I'm going to end up with negative 2x plus 0. So that's good. I've now got negative 2x by itself, right? Negative 2x plus 0 is just negative 2x. But if I subtract 4 from 8, I don't get 0, I get 4. So now I have negative 2x is equal to 4. Now if I want to get x by itself, I need to get rid of the negative 2. So now I'm going up here to step 2. The operation between negative 2 and x is multiplication. Remember that when we write a coefficient in front of a variable, it means that we're multiplying them. To get rid of the negative 2 then, we must do the opposite of the inverse operation, and the inverse operation of multiplication is division. So if I take negative 2x and I divide by negative 2, that will give me just 1x. But if I take the 4 that was over here and I divide that by negative 2, remember that I have to do the same thing to both sides, otherwise it's not equal. 4 divided by negative 2 gives me negative 2. And that means that x equals negative 2. One more example here. We have another two-step equation, two numbers on the same side as our variable. If I want to get the variable by itself, I need to start by getting the term with the variable by itself. So I need to get rid of this plus 6. The operation between w over 2 and 6 is addition. So to get rid of the 6, I have to do the inverse or opposite of what's being done. The inverse of addition is subtraction. So if I subtract 6 on both sides, I end up with w over 2 plus 0. Okay, 6 minus 6 is 0, but 7 minus 6 is 1. So I end up with w over 2 equals 1. Now I go to step 2. I want to get w by itself. Remember that the operation, what's happening between the w and the 2, is division. And to get rid of the 2, we need to do the inverse operation, which is multiplication. So if I multiply this side by 2, this 2 and this 2 will cancel out and leave me with just w. But remember on this side of my equation I had a 1. If I take 1 and multiply by 2, 1 times 2 gives me 2. So that means that w equals 2. We have, that's the end of our videos on section 4.1.